Today we're going to check out the top 16 non-licensed sans serif fonts from DaFont.com. And of course I'm going to start with a good old classics, and the first one would be the Nexa. This is a full font family. Two of the fonts are totally for free, and this is the extra light and the heavy. The font is super clean, it's really modern, and I really like the numbers, how it's designed. For the next one, I included the Caviar Dream, so this is also found in the Sans Serif section here on DaFont.com. But to be honest, this is an Art Deco font, and it's really rounded and thin. I included this one because it works really nice with feminine brands, and this is like really old school. A lot of designers have been using it, and the font is great. Number 3 is the Mont. Again, this is from Font Fabric. These guys are designing amazing modern sans serif fonts, so I definitely recommend checking them out. So here also you can get two types of free fonts. One is the heavy and the other one is the extra light version, and this is how it looks combined with the panter.vis. This font is also super rounded. You can see the letter C, and here also the A, B, C, D, E. It's basically has the same exact silhouette from made out of circle, and overall is like a well constructed font. All right, let's go on. And next we got the classic Roboto. And this is a Google font, and as you know, Google fonts never go wrong. This is a little bit more taller, a little bit more condensed font, but it's really clean and it does the job. You never can go wrong with the Roboto. And now we're getting deeper into the options, which are not as common as the rest that you've seen before. And this one is the Creato Display. I can say this is one of my favorite fonts. It is a little bit more wider. It's really bold. And you can see the tie of the letter E is like really goes out here. Usually it's more shorter, but here in this situation is like really long and it still looks really, really good. The optical balance is great. Everything is just on point. Let's go on, and we got the code next, again from Font Fabric. These guys are from Bulgaria, Sofia, and shout out to them because they are doing a great job sharing their most amazing fonts for free. This code next is just top notch. Now this is an interesting one because of course we're talking about the sans serif, but you know these letter I's are from the slab serif fonts, and it's an interesting mix, but seems like that it's working. It's a little bit more out of the box. And then we got a really new trendy font, which is the Neue Riemann Sans. This is from 2023, and check it out how clean it looks. So there's a new trend going on that they are making the shoulders of the letter M like really narrow here, or at the letter N, you know, like they are cutting really deep in here, and it looks really good. Or you can see the letter P or the letter Q as well, or the letter R. So there's a consistency going on, which is great, and it makes really fresh and unique that you don't see every day. Next we got the Bitstream Vera Sans. Never heard about this, but it still looks really nice. I don't see any issue in it. Next we got the Pilsner. It's a really old school font made in 2006. This is a condensed typeface, which I decided to also include because it was in the sans serif section. It's also a little bit more funky. You can see the letter Z, how it looks in the lowercase situation, but overall, you know, the optical balance is great. The kerning is perfect, and you know, it's like a well-composed typeface. And next we got the Cloister. This is normally not the Cloister font. The Cloister font is a black Old English font. So normally this would be the Cloister font, but I don't know what happened in this situation that it exchanged with a sans serif font that looks phenomenal. I mean, I really like this one. I can say this is one of my favorites, but it also has a little bit of issues. If you zoom in and you zoom in more and you zoom in more, you can see we got a little bit of things going on, which I'm not a fan of. And I'm thinking that this font might be copy pasted from another font, and it was like redesigned maybe, you know, in the same exact style. I don't know, but I can't find this font on the internet. It's only on DaFont.com, but you know, you can download it and it's just phenomenal. There's like no licensing to it. And then we got the diagram, and of course you only get the diagram regular for free. And here you also can see these deep cuts in the letter G, and this is also a really trendy font. You know, nowadays everyone is trying to do these really deep cuts, which actually looks amazing in some scenarios. Then you can see also the letter A is cut off, or the letter N is cut off. You know, like this is a really unusual font that stands out. And then we have the Orland. This is also a beautiful font, and you also can observe that there's there's a contrast in between the legs of the letter M. This one is thinner, this one is thicker. It's like inspired from the serif fonts, and it looks more luxurious. It's mainly for jewelry brands. Next we have the August Sans. August Sans is a really unusual font. It's more funky, I can say. Look at the letter K, how it looks. Of course it's cut off, and you can see the letter K's arm, how it curves in here. It's like really sharp at the same time. It also has these deep cuts in here that basically it's made for printing purposes. And then we have the Digit Alt. This is a really bold font, and if you zoom in, you can see it's also really curvy. Everything is curving in here, and you know, it's like more friendly looking, it's more fat. I think this is made for kids. It's like more cartoony looking, it's more friendly, it's more incorrect, you know. Look at the upper part of the letter S. It's like really inconsistent, but overall it's a really nice font. It's not that serious of a font. And then we got the Alt Has Grotesque. Now this is a really old school font. You can see it is rounded, and if you zoom in more and more, you can see that, you know, it's a little bit more destroyed, so the lines are not straight. It's grungy actually. So this is not a mistake, this is not incorrect. This is made intentionally because it was made for a movie poster back in the days in 2007, and they wanted to make something really subtle grungy. And if we dig in more deep, you can find here is one of a series of a film poster celebrating British filming collaboration with the London Film Festival. The font Alt Has Grotesque, a softly rounded version of Helvetica actually, which gives the aesthetic of an old school textbook in keeping with the film's narrative. And yeah, not but least we got the Quicksand. This is also a rounded font, but a really rounded font. Now, I'm not a big fan of this or any kind of rounded fonts, like these kind of thin looking rounded fonts. It actually works for some projects, so I also included it. And mainly these are the top 16 non-licensed fonts from DaFont.com. Tell me in the description which is your favorite fonts and where are you using them. This was it, thanks for watching.